Hello everyone, welcome to Salesforce Network, Salesforce Administrator tutorial. Topic what we are going to cover in this session, that is data security model. In that we had already seen object level security and field level security. Today we are going to explore record level security. So let's again just revise what is data security model. So in that we have object level security, field level security and record level security. Already we had seen object level security and field level security. Today we are going to explore record level security. So record level security is further divided into organization wide default OWD. This is the baseline access. Next is role hierarchy, sharing rules, then manual sharing and apex based sharing. So this all comes under record level security. In today's session we are going to see OWD and role hierarchy. So what is record level security? So it refers to the settings and tools that control who can access individual records of an object. So in the Salesforce organization, there is a number of objects with their fields. So all the objects are having the data, means records. So we have to provide the security at record level. So it is called like record level security. So which record is visible to which user, or who can access a particular record, that all the things are comes under record level security. It is crucial to maintain the data access and ensure the particular users that they can access only the relevant records. For that they are getting the access. So record level security ensures that data is accessible only to the appropriate users. So if the data is using by the perfect user, there is no question, while maintaining the necessary flexibility to share the records when it is needed. Permission set and profile. So permission sets and profile controls what user can do with record. So either they can create, read, edit, delete that particular record. But record level security determines which record user can interact. So for what the records the user can get access. What are the key components of record level security? OWD, role hierarchy, sharing settings, manual sharing, apex based sharing. But here I am going to define only two, as we are going to see only record level security for OWD and role hierarchy. So OWD is the baseline level of access to records for each object. It determines the visibility of records within the organization. So if we are working for a particular organization, so OWD is going to give the baseline level of access for the records. So OWD can be private, public read only and public read write. So what does it mean private? Private means if I am the owner of record, then I can view that particular record, edit, modify or delete. Whatever I want to do with that record, I can perform everything with that particular record if I am the owner of that record. In public read only, I can view that particular record, but I can't modify the record, update, delete the record, or create the record if the OWD is public read only. In the case of public read write, so here we can perform. So here we can view the record, modify or edit the record. Also we can create the record, but we can't delete the record. Role hierarchies. So here it allows user higher in the hierarchy to have access to records owned by users below them. So in the hierarchy, if someone is coming down in the hierarchy and he is the owner of that particular record, so all the users who are above to that hierarchy, they can access that record, but they can but they can't perform any operation with that record. Role hierarchy automatically grant access to users higher in the organization. So in the role hierarchy, who the users are coming higher, they can access that particular record, but this does not extend across the hierarchy unless explicitly shared. So if we are not sharing the record, they are getting only the access of that particular record. So while doing the practical, it is going to be more clear. So today's assignment is, in our employee management system application, there is a employee custom object. So we have to hide employee custom object records. So all the records of employee object we have to hide from user A. So in our organization there is a user A also. So from user A I have to hide all the employee records and can't perform any operation like create, edit and delete. Also he cannot perform any operation like create, edit, delete for the records for which he is not the owner. So if the owner of the record is some different user, on that record he can't modify or edit or delete the record. Also we have to check whether users who is above the role hierarchy can able to access the records. So in our organization there is a Salesforce network user and user A, next user B. So if user A is having some role hierarchy and above that user B is having some role hierarchy, so we have to check whether the user who are coming above the role hierarchy can access the records or not. So this is the assignment we have to do. Also let's see a scenario. So private OWD for leads. So lead is a standard object. On this lead object OWD is private. So in that case what is going to happen? So in a company where sales representatives only see their own leads. So in the company there are so many sales representatives, they can see their own leads. They can't see another leads. So if there are some users in a company like user A and user B, so user A is having some records, he can access his record. User B is having some records, he can access his record. But user A can't access the user B record. Again user B can't access the user A record. So the organization sets the OWD for leads to private. So in case of private, only the owner of the record can see that particular record, also can perform any operation with that record. So if the role hierarchy is configured so that manager can see their direct reports lead. So also for the user A and user B there is a manager. So manager is going to see both the records, means user A records also and user B record also. So if someone is coming at the top of the hierarchy or above to that particular user hierarchy, so he can access the record. Sharing rules are set up to share leads across departments if needed. So in case if it is needed, then sharing rules can share the leads. So to do the assignment, let's log into our Salesforce account. So just log into our Salesforce account by providing the credentials. Hit the login button. So this one I had logged in with my primary account, Salesforce Network. So on the employee object we have to work. So first let's open the employee management system application, EMS. So here is employee object. So employee is having some records. So these are the records: Alan, Flynn, Sachin, Smith, William. So there are total number of records are, all I am selecting here, 5 records are there. Also I am going to display some more fields. So for that what I have to do, so select the fields to display. So here we are seeing only employee name. I am going to display employees designation, employee experience, sum of salary, age, so these fields I want to display: employee name, then what is the age of that particular employee, then designation, then experience, and salary. So hit the save button. So now we are able to see all the details of these particular employee. Also let's log in with user A credentials. So I am going to log in with Edge browser. So login.salesforce.com. So here I am going to provide the credentials of user A @salesforcenetwork.com and providing the password. Hit the login button. So we are landing to the employee management system application. Here we are seeing all the standard and custom objects. So employee is also here. So let's click on employee, and if I am clicking on all, so here we are seeing all the employees. So this user A, can access all the records. Also one thing I need to modify in the display, again coming back to our primary org, so Salesforce network. Here one thing more I need to display. So select the fields to display. I want to show the owner of that particular record. So I think this would be created by alias. So I am selecting and here moving, click save. So who is the owner of record? If I am clicking on this LN record, so owner of the record is Salesforce network. So again I am coming over here, click on alls. So owner of the record for all the employees is Salesforce network. Why I am displaying this one? It is bit important. So again I am coming over here for user A account, refreshing here. So employee, all the records are owned by Salesforce network. So user A had not created any record of the employee object. If the user A is not owner of the record, then he can't see any record. If he is the owner of record, then he can see the record. But if he is not owner of the record, then user A can't see others record. So this is created by Salesforce network. So in this case, user A can't be able to access these records. So again coming back to our primary account, Salesforce network account. So here what I am going to do, just I am clicking on setup, choose setup. So here in the quick find box, I need to search for sharing setting. Sharing setting. So how we can achieve this assignment? So if we are making the OWD as private, then in that case only the owner of the record can view the record or also perform any operation with that record. If the user is not the owner of that record, they can't see that particular record. So in that case, on the employee object, we have to make the OWD as private. So we need to click on edit. So coming to the object, employee object, we have to search for that. So employee object, here access is public read write. In this case, all the users can view the record, edit the record and create the record, but they can't delete the record. Only the owner of the record can delete the record. So if I am making it private, in this case only the owner of the record can perform any operation with that record. If the user is not the owner of that particular record, then they can't view that particular record. So hit the save button. So this sharing operation is being initiated. It is going to take a bit of time. So let's refresh. So it's done. Then again coming over here, we are in our Salesforce network primary account. So as this Salesforce network is the owner of all the records, so in this case he can access the record, also he can perform any operation with that record. So again coming to user A account. So this is user A account and here I am clicking on employee and also refreshing this page. So here I am going to click list view all. So now we are not able to see any record. Why? Because we had made the OWD private. In the private, only the owner of the record can view the record and also can perform any operation. But if he is not the owner of record, he can't view that particular record. So this is our assignment, what we have to do in the first one. This first assignment is done. So hide employee custom object all the records from user A. So from user A we are not able to see any records and can't perform any operation like create, edit, delete the records for which he is not owner. So if he is not owner, he can't view that particular record. So anyhow he can't modify as well as he can't delete that record. Next, what we have to do, also check whether users who is above in the role hierarchy can able to access the records. So next assignment we are going to do. So again I am coming back to user A account. I am in user A account. Here I am going to create a record. So click on new. So here I am going to provide the employee name Raju Singh and employee ID I am going to provide like EMP009, designation senior software engineer, date of birth, date of joining. So let's take any date of joining 2020 and experience having 2 years of experience. So here the owner of the record is user A. So I am clicking on save the record. So here Raju Singh is the employee name, employee ID is this one, designation, date of birth, date of joining, experience, and age is automatically getting calculated. So there is a I think we had written formula. So by the formula it is getting calculated in our earlier session. So next what I am going to do, so if I am clicking on employee, then here we are able to see only one record. As user A is the owner of record, so he is able to see this record. Also there are some more records, but he is not able to see the record because on the employee object OWD is private. So here what my intention is to show, there is one more user by the name user B. So I am going to log in with user B credentials. So here I am going to use Google Chrome incognito window. So here I am going to log in with user B credentials @Salesforce. So I don't want to register my phone. So this account is owned by user B. So let's cross verify. So user B account is this one. So here we are able to see employee object. Also, if I am clicking on this all list view all, he is not able to see any record. As Salesforce network is the owner of 5 records, and also user A is also the owner of 1 record, but user B is not the owner of any record, so he is not able to see any record. So what I am here I am going to do, so I am coming to my primary account, Salesforce network account, this. So here I am going with role. So in the users there is roles, so just open the roles. So there is a role hierarchy, Salesforce network, and here CEO. We had created the role hierarchy of VP of sales, regional sales manager, and sales representative. So these roles we had created in our earlier session. What I am going to do here, again I am going to open the users. So this one. So this is user A having the profile of system administrator new. Next is user B having the profile of standard platform user new. So both the profiles are custom profile, and these both the users are not having any role. So what I am going to do here, I am going to assign this sales representative to user A, and user B is having regional sales manager. So user B is coming above this role hierarchy. So in that case, he is getting the access of all the records what is created by user A. So user A is coming below the hierarchy, user B is coming top the hierarchy. So in that case, automatically this user B can access all the records created by user A. So here I am going to assign. So for the user A, I am going to provide sales representative role. Sales representative role I am going to assign with user A. So this role I had assigned to user A, and this role I am going to assign with user B. So user B is here. This user B, I am going to provide regional sales manager. So he is coming top of the hierarchy. So click save. I had not did anything apart from this. Only I had assigned the roles for user A and user B. So again I am coming back to user B account. So user B account. Simply I am refreshing this page. What my intention here to show that even if user B is not created any record, user A had created this record, but still user B can access this record created by user A. Why? Because this user B is coming top of the hierarchy of user A. So user A is below the hierarchy and user B is top the hierarchy. So you can think like, again here I am going to make it more clear. So suppose user A is sales representative and user B is manager. So manager is top of sales representative. Under sales manager or under manager there are so many sales representatives are working. So anyhow, if sales representative is creating some records, automatically manager can access that records. So the same thing is happening here also, that user A is getting user A is creating the records, this sales representative is creating the records, and by default his manager can access all the records created by sales representative. So this is very important scenario. We are getting so many questions related to this in the real time working. Also in the interviews we are getting this type of question. So up to now, if anyone having any question related to this, so we had seen two things here. One is we had made the OWD as private. So in that case, we are going to access the records. User B, we had assigned manager role, and user A is having the role of sales representative. So sales representative is creating any number of records. His manager can access all the records of his sales representative. So this is the scenario what we had did right now. So it's done.